Hey, what's up? What's up? This is Nimbus Intuition. We're going to get started in a minute. I'm checking in with y'all. Let me see. Going to do this Facebook thing too today. Give me a minute, y'all. I always do this. I decide to go on. Like, it's just a thought, and then I'll just go ahead and do it. And then, that's what I do right now. And so give me a minute. Let me get the Facebook drink up. And then we're good to go. So I hope everybody out there is well. Let's see. And it's been a minute. I'm trying not to make these so long between. Let's see. And let me do this. Add a title. This is Teatime. Where is it? Bear with me, y'all. Look, I was just trying to get on the time I said, since this is a weekday and everything. Like, not Sunday as usual, that I will go on. And so, where is it? Oh, okay. I gotta do this more often, y'all. Today is, y'all know it's a full moon tonight? It sure is. I might grab the card since I haven't read in a while. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to promise that. If I do, it's going to be real short type stuff going on, because it's this is not a planned situation here. So all right. A few seconds more. And Facebook is thinking about getting my live started. All right, so everybody's on now. All right, so hey y'all, this is Nimbus Intuition. Hey everybody, how everybody doing? Y'all know how I like to get started, so let's get our thoughts right. Let's think about good things, pleasant things that make you smile, things that make you laugh, things that make you feel good. Whatever that is that makes your cheeks hurt, whatever that is that make you laugh so much that you bawl over, whatever it is that makes you feel light as a feather. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. All right. All right. Good thoughts. Good thoughts. All right, y'all. So it's been a minute. I just want to check in. There's so much like I'm put some stuff out there. And it varies, but I'm trying to like stay on the focus, the 4 F's and everything, really, for real. And so, yeah. So, I don't know. What is this? I'm getting pop-ups, so. But I hope everybody out there is well. Like I said, it's a full moon tonight and everything. And that's not my reason for popping in. Like I said, sometimes I have the thought to come on, and then here I am. And so this is what it is for me tonight. Yeah, so I hope everybody is sticking to 2022 and what we said we're going to do for 2022, which is we're going to create more of the lives that we want. That's what we are focused on this year. And so with that, we now got to ask, have you been doing your script reading? Because you already wrote your script before the year came in. So now you just got to pick it up, read it, get that energy, every now and again, and keep doing that. And so, plus doing your inner work, plus checking your circle, plus doing them affirmations, plus all of those things that I talk about. This is what we do. This is how we do. And if you haven't seen improvements yet, if you haven't seen things come into fruition yet, keep doing it. You'll see. And even if you don't yet see things coming into fruition, you'll feel better. You see that you are, your outlook on your day is better. A lot of things become better when you are in that energy of doing those things. So keep it going, keep it moving, keep it, keep doing that, because that's the way it's done. And so checking in, I didn't really have one specific thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know if y'all want to join me. I said it's pre-summer. Summer is right around the corner. And with that, everybody got their things in mind that they're going to do in the summer. Since things are kind of back to normal in a major, more than any time in the last, 2 years or something like that. Things are kind of normal. So people probably made plans and stuff. And one of the things that happen in the summer, we think about, going out and having our vacations and stuff like that. And so I'm in a vacation spot right now. And so, everybody's coming this way, right? So I plan to take advantage of some of that, whatever. But one thing I have gotten away from, and I'm kind of getting back into that. And maybe I'll talk about that. But I'm getting back into my fitness. So the 4 F's, fitness is one of them. I'm getting back into that. So y'all let me know if y'all interested in doing that journey with me. It's a couple of things I'm doing this month. Actually going to start this week. And I'm seeing if anybody's going to join me. Yeah, you can if you want. I'll talk about that later. All right. So I have let this, this junk food stuff kind of get me. But as far as fitness is concerned, like I said, I let the junk food diet kind of take over a little something. So I'm back to wanting to lose some pounds and shed some pounds or whatnot and get, that sexy that I like back. Because it's about what you want and what you like. And so as long as you are happy with you, the rest doesn't matter. I mean, it's about you and your health. So if you're happy with you and your health is good, it doesn't matter if it's a size 2, a size 32, you're good. All right. And so, for me, I just want to, chat a little bit because, like I said, that junk food or whatever. And yeah, it was a time when I got back from overseas where that was the main, that was a staple ingredient to what I was eating. And I know better, but sometimes we know better, but we don't do better, right? And so, but there are consequences when we do stuff, and we know better, right? So there are consequences. And so mine is I gained some weight back. And so I'm ready to kind of get it right, get it going. And, if you're rocking with me in that way, come on and do that too. And I've been kind of tiptoeing around a little bit because I'm not been trying to, get my mind around it because that's important. You got to have your mind ready to do anything that you want to go ahead and accomplish. And so I've been kind of getting my mind right, whatever. And so we getting ready to get in that. And like I said, I'll talk about it later, but I want to go over, I'm gonna give you some steps to, if you want to go ahead and do that, whatever you got going on, there's some steps that may be helpful in that, in that effort. So if you want to go ahead, if you got some pounds to lose, or even if you want to gain, there's some steps that you want to kind of be mindful of that may help. So I'll share that later. Other than that, me, I've been talking about, us creating our realities. And with that, I'm going to continue to talk about the 4F. So, that's just going to be something that's going to happen. And so fitness, like I said, I'll talk about a little bit about it later. We got to focus on that sometime. Well, I just think that's one of the main ones. Finances. Now, I know this is a big one. This is a big one, especially because things are unpredictable right now. We don't know what the future is going to hold. It's not like back in the day where you can like plan out like your life and what's going to go on for the next few years, and don't think that anything is going to happen because you got a plan going on. We still want to do some planning and everything, but as far as those external forces that we cannot predict, or sometimes that happened, like what happened a couple of years ago, that is what we kind of cannot, anticipate. With gas prices, what they are right now, that's the kind of thing. So I'm just going to say, be mindful of that. So the question, I know I love to ask questions. The question I want you to ask yourself is, if another event like 2020 came about again in the near future, am I prepared? Am I ready? Do I have things in place with my family? Do I have things in place with my friends? Do I have some things in mind for what I would need to do and how things need to happen if another event took place? And so that's just something to put out there and to think about and prepare. We can do that, just in case or whatever. And just, have that in mind, because we know we don't, I'm one of those people who don't really listen to the news, like, unless it's like put in my face. And so it kind of gives me at a disadvantage sometimes, but you cannot help but to hear about the major things that happen. But that is something to keep in mind. The news, we know that there's a lot of fear that comes from this, a lot of fear mongering and whatever. But, if that changes somebody, let me know. But, I kind of stay away from that because I want to keep high vibes. And a lot of times it can lower your vibration hearing, one drama after another and one, negative thing after another. And so, but just ask yourself that question, and it's nothing to, it's just something to think about and act on, so that you'll be all right. All right. Fun, and I would usually say that last, but I must do something else. Fun, and now the summer is known for the fun, right? And so I know we got our plans. We want to take that stuff we've been putting off stuff because we had to or whatever. So we got stuff in line. But I do want to just put in your ear that it doesn't have to wait for a specific time of year. Those major things, those things that you really have to like plan for. It's gonna be weeks at a time, a month at a time. That's different. But fun, you should make time for that every day. Those are the things that bring you laughter and smiles. Those are things that are fun. Like, fun doesn't have to be something like a trip or some big event. It can be, sharing that time with whatever you like to do, and that creates a laugh. That creates a smile, whatever that is for you. And so just keep that in mind. But yeah, we have our with plans, and I know a lot of people are going to take advantage of things finally seeming normal. And so, yeah, I know that's in the works. Um, and these are the things, if you haven't done your script from before the year started, these are the things that you wanted to script out anyway. And so, and then there's family, and I'm gonna put relationships, and I always put relationships in there. Family is something that involves everything that is a relationship, which is just about every era of our lives. And so whatever that is for you, how you want it to be, you do what you need to do to make it toward that. When it comes to relationships, it's not just about yourself, it's about the people you're relating with. So it's not something you have total control over. You have control over your part of it, but not the other. So make sure that people have the same mindset. And I mean, if at all possible, because sometimes that's not always possible, but do what you can, because you'll be surprised on your mindset rubbing off on people, your positive mindset and your positive attitude and your willingness to create good relationships that can rub off on people. And so but you can create the best that you can with what you have the ability to do, right? And so keep on doing that. So when I'm getting ready to work on this fitness, I'm working on all of it actually. Um, it's so many things that's going on, seriously. As far as relationships, I kind of want to do some post about it, because relationships, that's just everything and every day. And that is what our lives is. It's just a bunch of relationships. That's what it is. And so relationships can be interesting. And whatever you're going through, good, whether you're in the good basket or the bad basket or in between basket or whatever it is, we all go through it. So know that when you're in that good area, when it comes to your relationships, appreciate it, have gratitude about it, and be thankful that you are having this time of ease, of blessings, of good things happening, and beautiful times. And just keep gratitude in mind. If you happen to not be going through good times, because we all go through cycles, and so there comes a time where things won't be so good. During those times, just I always say do that exercise that I do at the beginning, to kind of lift your spirits, but know that it's temporary. Know that it's going to pass, and it won't last forever. It won't last for always, especially if you are doing things to make sure that you're turning it around, make sure that you are going back toward the good. And then there's a whole bunch of in between those two things. So some of your relationships can be good, and some of your relationships cannot be so good. It can be a combination of relationships in your life. And again, I think if you keep gratitude at the forefront, that kind of helps, because if you can be grateful, it's a different attitude you go about with things that even are not so great. And so if you find the gratitude is always good. And that's hard sometimes. It definitely is, especially if you're going through something that's not so pleasant. I think of times where things haven't been good, and it can be really difficult, especially knowing times where you have really a lot of grief and emotional times. It can seem like it lasts for long periods of time sometimes, and it can be rough, and it is at the time you're going through it. But you can find great gratitude in everything, even in that time. But just make sure you know that it won't last forever. All right. Those bad times. We hope that the good times do last forever. But we all know that it's a cycle that we're living in. So there will be both. And just like I said, gratitude is something that we can keep at the forefront. It'll be good. So with that, I'm gonna get off the 4Fs because I'm always talking about the 4Fs. I'm gonna talk about something else. So how is everybody doing? I gotta make sure that I'm checking because I don't want to miss anybody out there because sometimes I do. And I don't want to do that. And so yeah, I wonder how everybody is and everything. This is a full moon. And I love full moons for readings. Y'all know it's been a minute since I gave any readings. I think it's one of the best times to have a reading. And that's been something I've been thinking about. Maybe not getting back into on the way I was doing it. Y'all know I was coming to y'all on a regular basis with it. But sometimes, because you can feel when spirits around you. Those who read, it's a certain kind of vibe you get when spirits around and everything. And I would say sometimes I kind of know, that I should pick up the cards. I can't say this is one of them days. However, because it is a full moon, I may just do that quick. I'm talking about so quick. It's like speed of light quick. Because I usually take a couple hours at least, and sometimes all day to do reading. So I may just go ahead and do like a short little something, and by short, I'm gonna fill out the cards and fill out the energy and see how spirit leads me to see how that's gonna go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that tonight. So anybody who is free to hang, you may want to hang for that because that may be a minute. Look, that may be a minute. I'll do that. Yeah, that's what I haven't done in a while, and it is like I said, something that sometimes I think I should be doing. I keep getting this pop up, and I don't know what to do about this pop up right here. So let me see. No, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. All right, I'll figure it out eventually. I don't think I can change that right now. This thing keep popping up and telling me to change something, and I don't think I can right now. Let me see. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's not gonna come through right because of this pop up I'm getting, but we'll see. So I hope everybody out there as well. Again, this is Nimbus Intuition for anybody just tuning in and who's not familiar. And I am really about a few things like living life with just creating a more joyful life, a more just a life that you could smile at and be more say impressed with because you are creating it. You are behind the wheel, you are behind the reins, you are the master of you. And so with that, God gives us everything we need. All we got to do is tap into all the things that we already are given to create, a more whatever life that you want. So just more of life, right? And so it's just about getting into things that we already have because it's given to us at birth. Our spirits, we get inside this vessel and then we gotta, we live it. And so if we are, you know, the masters of us, we should be able to get lives that we can smile at and we can feel good about and enjoy to the best of our ability because it is about what we do to create it. Some of the things that I recently posted about exactly that and stuff that I talk about a lot, especially I got kids, so I talk about with them all the time. They probably sick of hearing it, but it's good when somebody's sick of hearing something because they can kind of probably recite whatever it is that you told them hundreds of times that they're sick of hearing. And so to me, that's a good thing, especially if you want somebody to remember something. So somebody tell me, oh, not that again. It's like, all right. So and that's a good thing. And so, but mostly about, in our creation of our lives, that it really comes down to a couple things. It's about not sitting in a room, and letting life pass you by. I mean, some people choose to do that. But is that life? This last couple of years really have shown us, like, introvert aside, because I think all of us have both, introvert and extrovert in us, and some of us are more one than the other. But living life inside by yourself, is that really living life? Like, for me, and I know people have their different opinions, living life is about interacting with others. We come in and we go out alone, but this life is about relationships. And all relationships are about us and other people. So if we're not engaging in any way with other people, are we living life? And so it's about going out there. And in going out there are a couple things that we always have to do. We have to, one, make choices. Every choice that you make affects your life. It can affect your life in a good way, a positive way, in a way that helps it, or it can affect your life in a negative way, a way that is not good for your life, and a way that is, it just doesn't do well for your life. And so, man, this is one of the things that I talk about all the time. If we are keeping that at the forefront of our mind when we make decisions, then we're going to make the best ones because we want good things. We want positive things. We want to have lives that we can smile about and feel good about. We don't want lives that we, are, upset at the end of it. We don't want lives that we don't want to live. We don't want lives that, are negative. And it comes down to your choices. Now, for everybody who's an adult, we can make all of our choices. And sometimes you don't feel like you can, but you can make the best choices for your situation. If you're in not a great situation, you can still make a choice that is good for your situation that you're in, if you're not in a good one at the moment. Now, everything is math, and I think choices is just like every other math in our lives. It's a culmination of things. So one thing is, is related to the other. And while you can make a choice today, you may not see the result tomorrow. That choice that you make today, you may see it a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. And every little choice, it's a culmination, and all of those together can affect your life to improve it a year from now, 5 years from now. So if you are not in a good situation, if you're making good choices, your life has no choice but to improve. I will stand by that, because if you're making good choices and your choices are good continuously, there's no choice but for your life to improve. Now, it may not improve to like astronomical event, but it can be a small improvement. And since life is a culmination, just step by step, those small improvements will eventually become that life that you want to live. And so it's about your choices. That's one of the main things about our lives. It's about our choices. That's where we get into who influences our choices. Because if we're strong, if we're firm in our decisions, we don't let people make decisions for us. Now, I know that can be like a shaky ground type of subject for some people. You feel that you're not sometimes able to make your choices because of your situation. But within the choices that you are able to make, you can make them. And so keep making good choices, the best that you can with what's going on for you. That's key. Now, that gets into all those 4 F's that I talked about, because we making choices with every area that I'm talking about, then all of those areas improve, maybe little by little, but they will improve. We making good choices. Now, the other main thing that is related to this, and in having that life that we want, or getting closer to it, is taking those chances. I did a post on this recently, about taking your shots, and that's what it is. I related to basketball. I grew up watching basketball. I played a little bit. People ask me all the time because I'm tall. I can play a little something. However, I think it's a good, I think is related to the game of basketball. It can be related to any sports game, really, but because I like basketball, I relate to basketball a lot. Where you are that player who you're trying to win a game. And I think basketball is just such a good example. Besides the team, which is that, those people that you have to relate with, you have to figure out taking those shots. So whatever position you're playing on the team, the goal is to make the shots. In our lives, those shots that we make are all those things we want to do to create that life that we want. So every shot is a chance. Every shot is an action that you can take toward that life. Every shot is a step toward that life that you want to see. Now, if we're not taking those shots at all, there's no chance at all to win the game. Now, have you ever seen a basketball game with nobody's taking shots? There's no way for them to win the game. If you can just imagine that, like that would be a sucky game to watch because nobody's playing. So in our lives, to play this game of life, we have to take those shots. We have to take those chances, those actions toward whatever those things are we want to happen. And just like in the game of basketball, we don't always make the shot. But the more shots you make, the higher your chances of getting a shot in there sometimes. So if you sit back on your life and you don't take any risk, you don't take any chances, and you don't have any action towards your life and the things that you want, there's no chance at all that you'll get there. None. And so what we have to do is take chances, take risk, take action toward those things that we want in our lives. That is how we get to those things that we want to happen. I mean, I am a person who believes in prayer and meditation. However, if you don't act in your life, you don't allow the forces that God provides around us to act. The universe cannot provide for you, help you in your life if you don't do anything. And so, yes, you want to do those things, and if you're a faithful person, keep doing and keep being as faithful as you are. But you still can't sit in the room and do nothing. You have to allow those things to come into fruition. And the only way to do that, if you're out there living life, you're out there relating to people, you're out there doing those actions, taking those steps. And that is what, life is about. That's what creating our lives is about. Just like that basketball game. And so you may not be a great shooter, and sometimes our shot is off a little bit, and that can happen in our lives. Sometimes we do take chances, and it doesn't go the way that we want it to. Sometimes we do take actions that don't work out, but you got to keep taking those shots and keep taking those chances. You can't stop. The game of life isn't over until, it's over. Until we are out of these bodies. And so as long as you have a functioning body, you can go ahead and keep on at it. Keep taking those shots. Keep taking those risks and keep taking those actions to get you closer to where you want to be. And that's how it is. And so I think the game of basketball is just perfect for that. Yeah, it is. And so take your shots and just keep at it, Just like with basketball, and I'm going to stick to basketball, y'all. The more you play, the better you get. So it reminds me of Kobe Bryant, like one of the best basketball players that we know about, right? Kobe said in an interview one time, and I probably said this before, but this is just an example that I love to share. Kobe said in an interview one time, he said he sucked when he first started playing. He was like 10, 11 or whatever, but he said he was terrible at this game that we know him for. And so just like that, and Kobe Bryant's work ethic was like crazy. Like anybody who know about Kobe Bryant, Kobe put in that work. And so Kobe is one of the best basketball players because he put in that work. And him sucking at 10, 11 years old, resulted to him putting in that work and working on the game. And he's one of the best basketball players that we know about, And so just like that in life, it can be that way. So you can be terrible at life, or life can be considered terrible in your situation. You can think that life is terrible for you. You can think that because your environment is what it is, because you grew up in a family that you did, because you have, decided to mess up in school and and dropped out or whatever the situation is that, is not going to work for you, or you can't do the things that you want to do. But that's the wrong way to think. Because just like in that game, with the example of Kobe, you can make it happen. Something that you consider bad, something that you consider will prevent you from doing whatever you want to do. You can control changing that around. And I'm talking to adults because children are different, because children have to be up under other people in order to do things. As long as you're an adult, 18 and over, you can make choices. Even if your situation's bad, even if your circumstances are so-called not good, environment, whatever, your circumstances, even going to jail. Like, how many people do we know about with stories where they were, at one time incarcerated, at one time homeless, at one time in a messed up environment. And now they are people who are known. There are people who did well. There are people who are doing well. There are people walking around right now who had terrible experiences, but they turned it around. And so it's still about those chances. It's still about those risks. It's still about those actions that you can take. And yes, it may not happen right away, but with every time, every choice, every decision, like I was saying before, it is, it may happen. So who knows? It may take off like a rocket, but you have to go and do what you need to do in order to change that around. No matter the circumstances that you were around, no matter the environment, no matter those situations, you have the ability to start making those changes. You do. All right? And so I'm kind of going to leave it there. At least for that, because I can go in and talk to y'all about that forever, because I do believe that, life, we can change things. We can make things the way we want, but it's about what we do. And this is within the realm of what you are able to do. Just remember that. You can't worry about the next person. You can't worry about what somebody else is doing. And don't ever compare yourself. Because just like in basketball, the rookie and the seasoned player have different things going on. All right? And so you can't really compare the two. A great player that's a rookie is still a great player. He just won't be like the seasoned player at the moment that he gets in a game. So just don't compare yourself. Focus on you. Focus on you and what you can do. All right? And so I'm going to stop with the basketball now, but here. Yeah, and so we can create things. One of the things that we have to do in that, though, is shadow work, because we have to figure out when we coming from those circumstances, even if you had a childhood that was a pleasant one, we all, wind up with kind of different issues and different things that we have to work out. And that's where shadow work comes in. So shadow work is a part of it. And so we always have to go and make sure that we are doing the shadow work, healing wounds from when we were young, healing from the past, so that we can go forward in a better way. And this is an ongoing situation. Always have to keep doing it. New things actually pop up sometimes with, you have a bad situation that happens, and then you got to heal from that. So shadow work is something that we all have to do and continue to do. All right, y'all. And so I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. Let me check. Look, what's going on? If anything is going on. This is a check-in. I'm really like talking to y'all, but this is a check-in. And I want to grab my cards because I said I would, right? Full moon and everything. Um, so I'm gonna do that. And what I want to do, since I don't want to be on here all night, so and I think I'm gonna just let the energy kind of, I'm gonna fill out the energy to figure out how I want to go ahead and do that with y'all. And so I'm gonna do that because I said I would. So give me a minute, y'all. All right, not far to go, right? Okay, so at least for, I'm gonna have to put a timer on this because I don't do this all night. Full moon, June full moon, and let me see. It's been, I don't even remember the last time I did a reading, y'all. I think it was last year, actually. I haven't done a reading this year. And so, I think what's probably best is if I do like a general one. If I do a general reading. One reading, a general reading, and let it resonate with whoever it resonates with. I think that's a good way to kind of do that, since it's been a minute in time, because I'm trying to think, like the quickest readings that I used to do still took hours. And so I think that's what I'm gonna go for. And so if you're watching and you want to place your energy into what I'm about to do, I'm about to meditate. And that will be the time that you want to go ahead and place your energy toward this reading. All right. And so when I begin to meditate, I'm going to ask Spirit that your situation be included in this reading. All right. It's been a minute, y'all. So, man. And I haven't been doing them otherwise really either. So we'll see what happens. All right. So let me meditate on these cards. I'm going to do a general reading, y'all. Okay. So let's meditate. All right. All right. So one reading, general. Let's see what this full moon is saying to somebody out here. Okay. Whew. All right. All right. So overall, like somebody out there is coming to a realization of some kind. This realization is something that has happened pretty quickly. This realization has something to do with, it may be a Libra involved, it can be some kind of balance issue about your life. And so you have a realization of some kind having to do with your life, the balance of your life. You may, and it may be something that's just happened quickly. All right. I don't know if that was spirit. I'm gonna do that again. All right. All right. And so whoever this resonates for, this realization that you had, this aha moment you've had, um, this has to do with a secret being revealed. This secret may have to do with something that you feel attached to. Maybe you have an addiction of some kind. It could be some kind of attachment or addiction that has been revealed. Maybe that's what you are having your realization about. This may be the balance that's in your life that this is all about. It's happened quickly. And so, yeah. Okay. All right. This situation could have something to do with the feminine energy. This feminine energy could be a passionate person, very caring, kind. This could be you, this could be someone else. Let me see. This person is a patient person. Right. This person can show great patience in the situation that you are coming to realize. That could describe the person. This could be you. This could be someone else involved in the situation. And it looks like this person involved in this moment that you're having, this realization that you're having, this patient person, this passionate and kind person has come out of this mode of thinking. This person may have been away. This person may have taken time just to think and to kind of step back from whatever the situation involves, this balance that may be involved. This person is coming out of that. And this person may have some, some words for you as they come out of this this stepping away mode they were in. They they may have some choice words, you know, may even be kind of harsh. Um, but it seems like this person is ready to talk. This person is ready to communicate. This person is ready to say. Seems to be quite a few things in relation to this this situation. Okay. All right. All right. And so this situation involves um, a masculine energy who may have been just about bedroom. This masculine energy who may have been somewhat of a player type. This masculine energy, maybe an older gentleman. Um, the situation had something to do with this kind of masculine energy who seem to have a lot of choices of some kind. Get some more clarity on that. So this masculine energy seem all right. This masculine energy player type, this person with a lot of choices, seem not to be dwelling on one of the choices it seems. All right. So this is what it's coming away from. What you're coming away from. This aha moment that you've had involving you or this woman who was in who stepped away, who kind of fell back and is coming out of that and got a lot of things to say. It has to do with masculine energies, could be you, could be someone else who's, you know, the play it tight, maybe all about the bedroom, got a lot of choices, but it's just focused on something specific. All right, let me continue. All right, this situation is going toward some kind of offer of love. All right, so this offer may not be, you may have to be cautious of this love offer coming your way. All right. All right. And so right now you may be not be feeling very strong. You may be thinking about some kind of relationship that may not have worked out. Um, maybe have some trouble. You may be thinking about some kind of family situation that's going on, or something, but you're not feeling so strong right now concerning this situation, this aha moment that you've had concerning these folks, one of which may be you, is going toward this love offer. All right, let me keep going. All right, so it's like you're focused on your life right now. You're focused on what's ahead. And so whatever this is about, you just have the things that you want to happen in mind. Let's see. All right. Yes, you are definitely putting in you putting your energy on the things that you want to see happen is what's going on right now. Let's see. All right. And so it looks like you're concerned about your choices. You're concerned about making the wrong choice. And what's to come concerning this aha moment you have. All right, let me see if I get some more clarity on that. Oh, shoot. I just dropped the whole thing. I guess you might be concerned with your choices involved in your life. And so many dropped. I'm going to take what flipped. Your choices concerning your involvement with other people. Your choices concerning information that you have. And your choices concerning your finances. This is what you are, the choices that you are kind of concerned about. All right. All right, Mr. Card here. You may be even concerned. It was a card I missed. You might be concerned about what people are saying as well. Now, this situation all comes down to some finances that you have to figure out. And you trying to figure out if something is acceptable by your higher powers. All right, let me get some clarity here. There may be a move involved here that you're concerning will not be a good one. I'm still going to be seeing clarity.